Homo Amor is the intimate universe in person. So all of the tenets of intimacy live in Homo Amor. So today, we're looking at a particular quality of intimacy. There's the intimacy of being, and there's the intimacy of becoming. The intimacy of being is the quality of being held, of being at home. It's the spaciousness of being. I can rest in you, right? You can rest in me. Today, though, we focused on the intimacy of becoming. And the intimacy of becoming is the quality of desire. And we really introduced two other fundamental qualities that Homo Amor incarnates: the quality of eros and the quality of desire. Homo Amor incarnates eros in a very unique and stunning and powerful way, and Homo Amor is filled with desire. And so what we really need to understand in order to evoke Homo Amor is we need to understand eros and we need to understand desire, because this is the quality of the intimacy of becoming. Being is spacious. Being is oneness. Being is at rest. Right? Being has no opposite. Being is tranquil. Being is beyond all opposites. Becoming is different. Becoming is pulsing. Becoming is urgent. Becoming is ecstatic. There's a pulsing, throbbing, ecstatic urgency to becoming. Right? There's a drive to becoming. There's a desire to becoming. It's not just intimacy, it's the desire for intimacy, right? It's the yearning for intimacy, right? It's this pulsing, throbbing. It's what Thomas Aquinas called the pulse and throb, right, of reality. So that's part of the quality of Homo Amor. Homo Amor is not a kind of vanilla, sweet, oh, it's all love. No, Homo Amor is filled with ecstatic urgency, filled with this quality and drive of becoming. And so what we talked about today was those qualities, right? The necessity to really understand that actually Homo Amor is erotic, but it's not erotic in a local way. It's not eros that just lives in me. There is no localized eros. And it's not just desire that lives in me. There is no localized desire. There's a field of desire. There's a field of eros. Reality is eros all the way up and all the way down, right? Homo Amor understands that actually we live in a cosmo-erotic universe, right? If on the first day we talked about the intimate universe, on the second day we talked about another quality of intimacy, which is eros, the cosmo-erotic universe. And we began to understand that Homo Amor is not only the intimate universe in person, Homo Amor is the cosmo-erotic universe in person. And the cosmo-erotic universe includes desire. And desire has many facets. So one facet of desire is the sexual. And it's the dignity of sexual desire. And it's the understanding that sexuality is not merely a sex-negative, dangerous zone, right, as so much of the great traditions tried to tell us. It's not just sex-negative. But it's also not kind of the bland sex-positive of modernity or post-modernity. And it's not Kinsey's sex-neutral, just like having lunch. But it's not even merely sex-sacred, because sex creates a child in all of its beauty and gorgeousness and stunning, miraculous nature. But when was the last time most people in the Western world had sex in order to have a child? We're actually dealing with a population crisis, which is threatening the planet. So it's beautiful to have a child, and I have 4 gorgeous children. And I wouldn't give them up for anything. They're the most gorgeous in the entire world, and they're infinitely stunning. But actually, when was the last time most people watching, right, had sex in order to create a child? So we don't have a sexual narrative that equals our sexual experience. We need actually a new sexual narrative, and the new sexual narrative is what Homo Amor understands. The new sexual narrative is that actually sex is cosmic eros performed in the flesh. That's sex erotic. The sexual urgency, sexual desire is an expression of the larger field of desire in reality. And so when I feel a surge, a wave of desire rising in me, I shouldn't be ashamed. I shouldn't self-pathologize. right? I shouldn't feel like, oh my God, my social self, my dignified, altruistic, and sweet and lovely self is being undermined by this strange desire, and where is it coming from? And let me try and get it dealt with as fast as I can, hopefully when no one's looking, and hopefully not too much is going to come apart, right? Or not. No, desire is holy. Desire is gorgeous. Homo Amor embraces the fullness of desire. And that's completely true if Homo Amor is celibate, if Homo Amor is monogamous for 47 years, living in a great little town in Kentucky, right? Or if Homo Amor is living in Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco doing polyamory. It's got nothing to do with the particular lifestyle you choose in terms of your modality of partnership. It's about desire. And sexual desire is just one expression of desire. Desire is a quality of cosmos. We've exiled desire both to the human realm and to one very narrow part of the human realm, sexuality. And good desire is also a very particular kind of sexuality, what we call kind of hot, dramatic, cascading, driving, multiply orgiastic right now. Hey, bless that. But that's actually just one expression of desire. Buddha was right. Have few desires, but have great ones. So desire is actually a quality of cosmos, a quality of reality that's incarnated by Homo Amor, that he or she brings to every dimension of life, right? Homo Amor is filled with desire, filled with passion, right? Desire for creativity, desire for knowledge, desire for transformation, right? Desire for activism, right? Desire for intimacy, right? Desire, right? All the way up and all the way down. What is science but the radical desire to become intimate with cosmos? That's what science is. Science is not a survival tool. Scientists don't try and figure out things in order to survive. Scientists are pushed, animated, driven, right? Almost driven insane by the desire to make intimate contact with cosmos. And so Eros is at the center of the experience of Homo Amor. And what is Eros? Right? Eros is, and it's a precise definition, and it's both the prose and poetry of Eros. And the prose and poetry have got to be precise because you've got to really capture and unlock, right, the quality of Eros, right, which lives in Homo Amor. The quality of Eros which lives in Homo Amor is a particular quality of intimacy. It's the intimacy of becoming. That's what Eros is. Eros is the intimacy of becoming. And Eros is the experience of radical aliveness, seeking, desiring, ever deeper contact and ever greater wholes. Wow, right? All the way up and all the way down. I want deeper contact. What does deeper contact mean? That's what Whitehead meant when he talked about prehension. He said that even the smallest subatomic particle has prehension. Now, what the heck is prehension? What Whitehead means by prehension, this proto-desire to touch, right? The desire to touch is a core quality of cosmos. This core, beautiful desire to touch. Now, we've pathologized touch. And we've pathologized touch because we've lost its dignity. Now, on the one hand, we've protected people because of the sacredness of touch from having their boundaries violated and being touched without their full, mutual, gorgeous engagement. So that's beautiful. That's a beautiful evolution of consciousness. But we've also lost the dignity, the beauty, the eros of touch. And if a teacher gives a hug to their student, we're afraid, oh my God, was there abuse? Right? We actually lost the natural, right, need of the human being, right, to touch and to be touched, right? Not in a sexual sense, but in the sense of contact. Eros is the drive for contact and for greater and greater wholes, larger and larger wholes, which means new and deeper intimacies. What is intimacy? Intimacy is when separate parts come together and they create a new synergy. What's a new synergy? Right? It's a whole greater than the sum of its parts, meaning it's a new configuration of intimacy. And that's what we want. We want it in relationship. We want it in science. We want it in the arts. But most of all, we want it in creating new possibilities, right, to actually transform our world. So Homo Amor is filled with quivering desire. Homo Amor drips with desire, pulses with Eros. And Homo Amor reclaims the dignity of desire.